Question 1. A big data analytics company needs to process large data sets stored in Amazon S3 daily. Jobs must be executed in parallel for faster processing. Costs should be minimized. The company does not want to manage servers. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Amazon EC2 spot instances with an auto-scaling group. B. AWS Glue with AWS Lambda functions. C. Amazon EMR with spot instances. D. AWS Batch with Fargate. Correct answer: C. Amazon EMR with spot instances. Explanation: EMR is optimized for big data processing and integrates with S3. Spot instances reduce the cost significantly. Why not other options? Option A. EC2 requires manual cluster management. Option B. Glue is more suited for ETL rather than large-scale batch jobs. Option D. Batch is good but Fargate is more costly for big data workloads. Question 2. A social media company wants to implement a highly scalable authentication system for millions of users. Authentication should be serverless and highly available. Users should be able to log in using social media accounts. Minimal management overhead. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Amazon Cognito with social identity providers. B. AWS IAM with custom Lambda authentication. C. Amazon RDS with a user authentication table. D. Amazon API Gateway with an OAuth token service. Correct answer: A. Amazon Cognito with social identity providers. Explanation: Cognito supports social logins and scales automatically. It requires minimal infrastructure management. Why not other options? Option B. IAM is for AWS services, not user authentication. Option C. Managing authentication manually in RDS is not scalable. Option D. API Gateway alone does not handle authentication. Question 3. A SaaS company runs a web application on AWS and needs a disaster recovery plan with minimal downtime. Data should be backed up across regions. Failover should happen automatically. The company wants to balance cost and speed of recovery. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Pilot light strategy using Amazon RDS read replicas in another region. B. Backup data to Amazon Glacier and restore when needed. C. Deploy a completely active multi-region setup. D. Use AWS backup with S3 replication. Correct answer: A. Pilot light strategy using Amazon RDS read replicas in another region. Explanation: Pilot Lite keeps a minimal version of the app running in another region. Failover is fast because read replicas can be promoted quickly. Why not other options? Option B. Restoring from Glacier is too slow. Option C. Active is too expensive for most businesses. Option D. AWS backup does not provide automatic failover. Question 4. A multi-tenant SaaS provider wants to expose an API to customers. Each tenant should only access their own data. Authentication and authorization must be managed efficiently. The solution must scale automatically. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Amazon API Gateway with Lambda authorizers and Cognito user pools. B. Direct API calls to an EC2 instance running a Python Flask application. C. AWS IAM roles assigned dynamically to users. D. Amazon RDS with application-level access control. Correct answer: A. Amazon API Gateway with Lambda authorizers and Cognito user pools. Explanation: API Gateway scales automatically and integrates with Cognito for authentication. Lambda authorizers ensure tenants can only access their data. Why not other options? Option B. EC2-based APIs require manual scaling and security management. Option C. IAM roles are not designed for dynamic multi-tenant user authentication. Option D. Application-level access control is complex and less scalable. Question 5. A tech startup is running machine learning inference workloads on AWS. Models must process thousands of requests per second. The infrastructure should be cost-effective. The company wants to minimize operational overhead. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Amazon SageMaker Serverless Inference. B. Deploy TensorFlow on EC2 auto-scaling instances. C. Use AWS Lambda with preloaded ML models. D. Run inference on an Amazon Aurora database stored procedure. Correct answer: A. Amazon SageMaker Serverless Inference. Explanation: SageMaker Serverless Inference automatically scales and eliminates infrastructure management. It only incurs costs when the model is in use. Why not other options? Option B. EC2 requires manual scaling and is more expensive. Option C. Lambda is limited by execution time and memory for large models. Option D. Aurora is not designed for ML inference. Question 6. A large enterprise needs a highly available VPN connection between on-premises data centers and AWS. Traffic should be encrypted. Redundancy is required to prevent outages. The solution must handle high throughput. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. AWS Direct Connect with VPN as backup. B. Single VPN connection using AWS Site-to-Site VPN. C. AWS Global Accelerator with IPsec tunnels. D. EC2-based OpenVPN deployment. Correct answer: A. AWS Direct Connect with VPN as backup. Explanation: Direct Connect provides a dedicated, high-bandwidth connection. A VPN backup ensures redundancy if Direct Connect fails. Why not other options? Option B. A single VPN connection is not highly available. Option C. Global Accelerator does not provide VPN functionality. Option D. OpenVPN on EC2 is not scalable for enterprise use. Question 7. A healthcare company needs to securely store database credentials and API keys for an AWS-hosted application. Secrets should be automatically rotated. Only specific IAM roles should access secrets. Compliance with HIPAA regulations is required. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. AWS Secrets Manager with automatic rotation. B. Storing credentials in Amazon S3 with server-side encryption. C. Hard-coding secrets in an EC2 instance user data script. D. Using AWS Parameter Store with no encryption. Correct answer: A. AWS Secrets Manager with automatic rotation. Explanation: Secrets Manager automates credential rotation and enforces access policies. It integrates with IAM for fine-grained access control. Why not other options? Option B. S3 is not designed for secret storage. Option C. Hard-coded secrets are a security risk. Option D. Parameter store without encryption does not meet security best practices. Question 8. A media analytics company needs to process real-time log data from thousands of sources. Data should be processed immediately after ingestion. The solution should be fully serverless and auto-scaling. Cost should be based on actual usage. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Amazon Kinesis Data Streams with AWS Lambda. B. Amazon EC2 Auto-Scaling Group with Apache Kafka. C. Amazon S3 with batch processing using AWS Glue. D. Amazon RDS with triggers and stored procedures. Correct answer: A. Amazon Kinesis Data Streams with AWS Lambda. Explanation: Kinesis streams process data in real time. Lambda functions handle event-driven processing without managing infrastructure. Why not other options? Option B. EC2 and Kafka require manual scaling and higher operational overhead. Option C. Batch processing is not real-time. Option D. RDS is not designed for high-throughput event-driven processing. Question 9. A social media startup needs to deploy a highly available web application that serves users globally. The solution must automatically fail over if an AWS region goes down. Users should be routed to the nearest available region. Static assets should be cached for performance. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Route 53 with latency-based routing, CloudFront, and multi-region EC2 instances. B. Single EC2 instance in one region with an elastic IP. CALB with auto-scaling in a single region. D. NAT gateway and S3 for hosting the application. Correct answer: A. Route 53 with latency-based routing, CloudFront, and multi-region EC2 instances. Explanation. Route 53 latency-based routing directs users to the nearest healthy region. CloudFront caches static assets, reducing latency. Multi-region deployment ensures failover if one region goes down. Why not other options? Option B. A single EC2 instance is not highly available. Option C. Auto-scaling in one region does not provide regional failover. Option D. NAT gateway does not provide global distribution. Question 10. A retail company collects terabytes of transaction data and needs a cost-effective solution for data analytics. Query performance must be optimized for large data sets. The solution should minimize operational overhead. Usage is variable, sometimes high, sometimes low. Which AWS solution is best? Options: A. Amazon Redshift Serverless. B. Amazon Aurora with read replicas. C. EC2 instances running a MySQL database. D. DynamoDB with on-demand capacity mode. Correct answer: A. Amazon Redshift Serverless. Explanation. Redshift Serverless scales automatically and is optimized for analytics workloads. It is more cost-effective than provisioning Redshift clusters 24/7. Why not other options? Option B. Aurora is optimized for OLTP, not analytics. Option C. EC2-based MySQL lacks automatic scaling and is expensive to manage. Option D. DynamoDB is a NoSQL database, not suited for data warehousing.